Assalamu alaikum everyone, peace and blessings. As I was reading the article that was written about Art Cathey, I was feeling so concerned. Like, the person who wrote the article, I just felt some ill intention. If you are someone who watches Art Cathey's channel, whether you are from the US, the UK, or you live on the continent, and I'm sure a lot of Gambians watch your channel, because I see them in the comment section a lot, you know. And the thing about this article that I was reading that was concerning, sure, the whole article is concerning in itself, but something that really stood out to me was a part of the article that said, reacting to the abhorrent remarks, a US-based Gambian describes the comments as despicable. Instead of supporting and uplifting each other, especially in the country that's been so open and welcoming to our brothers, and it is quite sad she made such despicable remarks, Musa Jobe in New York said. He added, but no surprises here, Black Americans in the US are fond of looking low upon African immigrants. So the author chose to use a comment that kind of like equates to the title of the article to try to make a point that, so because of an assumption or someone's experience with Black Americans in the US looking low upon immigrants, right? And that could very well be his truth. That could very well be his experience. But the issue is, you're equating that with what you are suggesting that Art Cathey is doing by saying that she's saying all Gambians are this way, whatever you're stating in your article, right? Of which, if you're someone and you watch Art Cathey's channel, right, not everyone is comfortable with her delivery of her messages. But who are you to want to be accommodated by someone's delivery of their message? Is that like tone policing? Black people all over the world experience people continuously policing their tone. You know, especially when someone is speaking truth about some things, people get very, very uncomfortable. And it's very interesting because I even see a lot of Muslim brothers and sisters wishing ill upon Art Cathey. And even I saw some of them, you know, wish for something to happen to her, you know, whether it's violence or whether it's her getting deported. It's so sad. And it's a shame because, you know, as a fellow Muslim myself, your faith is Islam. It's all about peace and not judging other people and understanding that we all come from different tribes. We all have a different way of delivering our messages. But who are we to judge, you know? And if you feel that Art Cathey was misguided in a sense of in some things that she was saying, then as a Muslim, why not make dua for her? And when I say make dua, for people who aren't familiar Islam, it's when you request Allah or God for something. When you make a request for something or someone, and it could be about you, it could be about someone else or your community or whomever. But I did not see any of the Muslims in her comment section, under her videos. I didn't see any of the Muslims in the under the comments on like the Facebook page, the writer's article. You know, I didn't see any of them saying anything. In Islam, there's our holy book. The first section of the holy book, the first section called a surah, that was revealed, is called Fatiha. And the whole surah, the surah is about asking Allah for guidance. Okay? I didn't see any of them saying like, you know, I'm gonna pray that Allah or God guide you. None of that. And that's even concerning, because a lot of Gambia's population consists of Muslims. So, but let me get back to the article. It's concerning, but anytime you read something, anytime you view something, always ask questions. What is the agenda? The article appeared to be very emotional driven, and it definitely was not well thought out. Okay, it's fine if the author, you know, gave some critique and backed it up with several different things, but to do a character assessment and to say this woman, she's categorizing and saying all Gambians, because if you watch her channel, and as a journalist you should go through content and definitely be open-minded when you're going through content, and get rid of your feelings of how you feel with the way someone's delivering their message. Okay, and actually listen to the message, see the intent. Because after I've watched several videos of hers, and you know, she's very outspoken. She's her own person. Everyone is not the same. She's her own person. She's an individual. And so I don't fall into like, oh, because if she's behaving a certain way, like meaning like maybe talking in a way that I don't normally see, or all that. I don't fall into all of that. I look at the information that is helpful, okay, and what her intention is. And what I see is she talked about Black Americans, where she comes from. She talks about, you know, her life in Atlanta, things that she missed, the pros and the cons, the good and the bad. And I see her talk about her experiences in the Gambia, the pros, the cons, the good, the bad, all that. So when she comes talking about experiences that she's not very fond of, that makes her frustrated, so what if she expresses herself with how she feels, you know? And in the process, this is what happens with Black people. Your passion about something can come off as aggression to people. You're being aggressive, you're being rude, you know, you're talking about everyone, when you know she used some qualifying words and she said some Gambians. But guess what? It's sad, but in our societies there is a culture of people just like doing bad with upon each other, like continuously Black people around the world. And this is what she talks about that needs to be improved in our communities. Okay, she's somewhere else in the world, and she's showing Black people all around the world that this is a wonderful place that you can come to, that you can also call your home, you know. But at the same time, she's saying here's some things what to expect, and I'm letting you know before you get here. Do you understand how many people appreciate that? Because if you're not from the States, or if you ever have traveled outside of wherever you are, your home country, and you travel somewhere and you find some things that you say like, oh, I wish I knew this before I got here, you know, it will honestly make your experiences so much better and your transition so much better. Not all the time can you get that from people who are just showing just what they deem to be like, oh, some positive things in society and all this stuff, because understand that's not even realistic. We have our ups and downs in every society, and it's good that we get a well-rounded view of it. And if you are Gambian, or if you are someone who lives in the Gambia and you are upset at by you thinking Art Cathey is meaning all Gambians and all this, then I challenge you to look within yourself. Look deep within yourself and truly go through her videos and review some things about the parts that she mentions Black Americans. Maybe just tap in, because she talks about things that she knows all her brothers and sisters in the US, like she knows their way of thinking, and she doesn't want them to bring certain ways of thinking to the Gambia, because there's certain ways people behave themselves, or culture and everything. And she talked about all of that, you know. And there's even a video on, I think, like love and dating, where she heavily advises people from the US don't expect to come here and to come to Gambia and expect a culture of people being open to all kinds of things, you know, physically, relationship wise, because in that respect, Gambia is a very like conservative society, you know. And what you expect to have conversations about, other people in the Gambia are going to be in another mindset. So she's definitely sensitive to issues like this and aware. Okay, sorry. Okay, so the video just cut. So back to where I left off. So basically, in conclusion, the article it seems to be more of a problem than Art Cathey's video. It seems to be even more concerning from the way I see things, and it seems to be way more divisive, you know. Because guess what? That author, I'm sure, knows that it's a lot of people outside the Gambia that watches Art Cathey's channel, okay? And the people outside of the Gambia are the majority of viewers, I'm pretty sure, that watches her channel. So in that instance, that means that the viewers that are Gambian, that actually live in Gambia or are based in the US, are a very small portion of viewers. But what that article seems to be set out to do is to gather Gambian people, rally them to be against Art Cathey. And even the author of the article, you know, is upset. You can see in the comment section on the Facebook page. They said, see some Gambians supporting this woman's garbage. So now the same author is upset at Gambians for supporting Art Cathey. So now you're upset at Gambians for having their own mindset, and being upset at people who are saying that Art Cathey is telling the truth. You know, leave her alone. It's her experience, you know. We know what she meant, and she does say some Gambians are like this, and we know she's not saying all Gambians are this in that way. be careful the propaganda that you fall into, especially these articles, because literally anyone can be a journalist, just like anyone can make a YouTube video. So keep that in mind. And one thing that I'm so happy to see is that the Gambians that are conscious to what's going on in the Gambia, whether they are abroad in the African diaspora or whether they live in the Gambia, and also for the Africans around the world, you know, for the black people around the world, I see them coming together to support Art Cathey. And let her know that she's not alone, you know, and in adversity to just stay strong and continue to be yourself. Because guess what? We see your intention. We see your heart. You know, we see the excitement that you help bring to people from around the world that can unite us, where we all can benefit from our situations. You know, it's a wonderful thing. Don't confuse this with being exploitation, okay? She even touches on the aspect of not expecting to go to get the Gambia to exploit the people, you know, and do what other peoples have been doing. She says that. You know, she's a realist. And so I encourage you to continue, look within yourself. Ask yourself before you other judging someone else, and ask questions about these articles and this media that's out here. You know, because you know, it's people that look just like us that will stay putting us against each other, and it's sad. But definitely I don't see that being Art Cathey's intention. I see her wanting everyone to develop, you know, self-develop, okay? Work on ourselves. And at the same time, we're helping each other. You know, if you are a viewer of Art Cathey and you watch her a lot, like, and it's interesting because I've seen in the comment sections and on the Facebook, under the Facebook article on Facebook, okay, I see people saying, oh, I've been watching Art Cathey for a long time, and you know, she's an arrogant woman. Oh, that's all you can say? She's an arrogant woman? But you failed to mention anything about her telling the truth, you know, about her keeping it real, about the wonderful things that she said about the Gambia and and Gambians. Come on now. Let's not be judging people. Leave that to Allah. Leave that to God. Peace.